Hey, this is awesome. So I came in here to go to McDonald's. There's so many cars clogging it up. We had to turn around right there. Jake's over there putting the cart thing back. He had to move it so I could get through here. Okay, this is what this head looks like. This one's been cut for the U-cup and the buffer. There's not a lot of distance in there between them. That concerns me. But we're going to go ahead and try this one, see how it works. The other one could not be cut for this because it had already been cut for the wear sleeve and it was too far forward. So we'll just put the U-cup in the other one and be good to go there. So time to put it on. Ready? Here. Put the mirror around it.
Yeah, we're going off the cooker.
Whoa, you're 9 miles in the air.
Down,
Yeah.
down.
Hang on.
Right in the face.
Oh, okay, just hang on to it. Let me, Matt, get that off. Keep going like we like. Okay, wait a minute. Did you clean? We didn't clean where the cardboard was, did we? Was it dirty, dirty?
The rod really wasn't bad at all.
Really? Okay, Jake, give it to me. That's the way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, all the way. Oh. That's the hydraulic oil on the rod, in the barrel, everywhere. Make sure we're lubried up good. So when I go on with the head, I'm not gonna cut the seals or something stupid. Down, 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 down.
Got the noise.
Oh, jeez.
Lose your shaft.
Oh boy, tight. I got it crooked. I can't get it. I stick in my hanger. Oh, there we go. Nope. That's got to go clear to the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Lord, you get a hammer and tap this for me. It's over there, I think, on the table. I don't know. I don't know which way we got to go, but. Jeez.
They chromed up the right size.
Well, okay. Here, let me see your hammer. Whack it here. It's too far up. Whoa. Oh, jeez. Well, either that or the machine has got her pretty tight. Oh, there we go. Just had to get it started. So that one has to be straight, and this one has to be straight this way, straight down, right? Is that right?
I think so, because your speed change looks it is, right?
Is that right, Matt?
What?
Yeah. Because the eye is straight up and down, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's correct. Okay, now she wants to go up over the seals. Mm-hmm. You wanna thump it here a little? Good, it is. That's gonna be a booger. I can see it now. Damn it, Sam. Melba, Idaho. Okay, up over him now. Wash the bolts. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, grab the white stuff. Now watch me give good head. You know, that actually takes quite a bit of pull on this thing to. Okay, this is the speed change valve that goes onto the ram, and this bolts onto the head right here. So the way this thing works is when you're ejecting and it's got a heavy load on it, you saw that hose that went here, the one that broke on me out at the government job. So on the cylinder, let me show you. So this is the pipe where the oil comes in to run this ejector ram, and it goes clear to the back. That's on the piston end of the thing, and that's where the main pressure goes to eject it. And then that hose that blew up goes on here, the other hole, and loops over here where the speed change valve goes. So when you're ejecting a load, that sounds dirty. Anyway, when you're ejecting the dirt, it starts to move really slow because it's a heavy load. As soon as that load lightens up a little, there's some shims in here and some valving and a big spool. And so what it does is it shifts the spool inside of there so that as it ejects and the oil is coming out of the barrel and having to go in here and return, where is that? Oh. Right there, the other hose goes in there, and so as you're ejecting, the oil on the head end has to return. So what this valve does is instead of returning that oil and going all the way back to the tank, it changes the flow, and it comes out of here and it goes over and into the other end of the cylinder. And so now all this oil is going in there, so it speeds it up. You've got way more oil supplied to the piston end of things. And then when you return it, I don't know that it works in return. Now, if you hold the bowl lever out all the way, the ejector will go back really fast. It may work in reverse. I'm not 100% sure about that. But anyway, this makes it so that as the load ejects, as the ejector's coming forward slowly, when it reaches a certain pressure, then it knows that it's time to shift that spool, and then it comes quick, because as the load falls out of the bowl, that thing needs to speed up to keep a consistent flow of dirt coming out of it. So that's how that baby works. You didn't weld on that much, did you?
Oh, never had one come out that easy.
Where did you weld? Just on one? Oh, just across one strip on the bottom, huh? How hot did it get it?
Probably pretty close to melting the duct's gate.
We got the ram together, and Jake welded out the bushing here. We got a new bushing to go in there. It was cracked. So you saw the two different type seals that are in there. We're gonna see how that works out. But let me show you the old sealing system. So this is the updated sealing kit for the ones that had the packing in there. And so this doesn't totally fill the groove up tight. It actually walks back and forth in the bore. And this spacer is in there to take up some of that. And they tell you not to leave that out and not just jam another one in there. In order for this to work, it has to be able to move. So I've had some guys that are very experienced in hydraulics comment on my channel, and I absolutely love that because I get to learn stuff. And you saw the seals I put in there. I hope I haven't made a mistake. Somebody told me that spacing is critical. We'll see what happens. But the main reason I don't like these type of seals is I have put them in stuff before, and the cylinder still is wet, kind of not drippy wet, but dirt and stuff stick to it. And over time, it just gets worse and worse. And when I've taken this seal out, I'll look, and this lip on this outer edge is just wore really bad. And the only thing I can attribute that to is to it walking in the bore. Now the seal, or the lip inside here, the one that runs on the chrome rod, never really seems to be that bad. But this outer one, and even the whole body of it just doesn't look good. And so that's why I change up to the newer style seals and have it machined. I've done one ram so far, and that was the bell cylinder on number 2. That thing is absolutely dry. There ain't a speck of dust stuck to it anywhere. It doesn't leak at all. I didn't re-chrome the rod. Rod didn't look bad. But one other thing I should tell you that I've done to this one, I had the rod re-chromed. I didn't like the way it looked, and if I was going to spend the money and do this, I wanted the ram to be 100%. So that's my opinion on it. Those of you that work with hydraulic stuff, you tell me how this works. It has an O-ring in the groove here, and so I'm not really sure what that does. So I've cut it in two, and with the O-ring in there, it's not really like, it goes clear down against there. So I'm not sure what that does. I really haven't got a clue. Now this is a new head for a cushion hitch barrel, and this has got a crazy setup in here. This has got a place in here that holds oil to help the seals last longer. And then the type of seals that they use in here look nothing like I've ever seen. There's no U-cup to them. There's no buffer to them. There's no nothing. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that works. Okay, let's let it down. Whoa. Okay. me move this bucket. Go that way some. Back to me. You're gonna have 1, 2, 3. Okay. How busy? I'm up against the damn fuel tank as it is. I know it. Whoa. Okay, now come to me. Okay, we're just barely on. You pry it down a little more and I'll pull up. Pull it toward. Okay, down. You gonna stay? Think so. Okay, hurry and move your strap. Don't push, just bring it up. Watch it. Keep coming. Okay. Either that or we have to go around. Okay, baby. Ah! Now. Back in. So we got the ejector cylinder in, speed change valve on, hoses hooked up, dumped oil in the tank, got the rod out and got her hooked up. So this part of the project is done. That rod was $1,900. That's re-chromed. Oh, and these MT39 starters that Dean Schatz sent me from over in Gillette. No leaks, Dean. That is an awesome starter. So I'm going to start this. So this has a warning system on it if you lose oil pressure, whatever. So you're going to hear the tractor horn honk till it gets fuel pressure and oil pressure. Ain't you wee chilly here in Idaho? Got a truck full of boxes I'm gonna go put in the cat box today. While I do that, let's see if the old Super Dodge will start. She don't start too good anymore. Sometimes it seems like I gotta cycle that thing twice to get it started. I was wondering if maybe I need new injectors or something. So if I do this one more time, and then it says it's only 32 outside, so let's see how she does here. Light still on. Do 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 do. Okay, there we go. Fired right up. So I got some packages going out. Got a couple going to Stanley Lancaster, who's in Minier, Illinois, down there in I forgot what county that is. I saw it. Anyway, thank you, Stanley. Got a filthy horse silhouette going out to him, and some hats and decals. Dave Carter, Kennewick man, out of Kennewick, Washington. Dave, thank you for buying something from me. And Doug Gieleman from Mustang, Oklahoma. That's a cool sounding place. Mustang, Oklahoma. Chuck Steele, he's from Ridgeway, Illinois. And Brian Dick out of Campbell River, BC. I've been telling him, I think for better than a year, I was going to send him some stuff because he sent me some cool stuff. And Brian, it's a good thing I waited because I'm sending you some of my newer hats. I think you're really going to like it. And then everybody who's got something going out today, I always stick extra in there. There's decals in there, so enjoy. Thank you for supporting me and my channel. So in the box they go. I can only get 3 of these boxes. I went to a larger box now. Makes it easier to ship multiple hats. I gotta go put the rest in Jake's box. Oh geez, look at this mess. Fall's here, froze the crap out of the trees. All that crap's gonna be out there in front of my shop door now. I hate it. I'm gonna have to buy Mama a bagger for that mower. Hey, this cool mirror thing, the guy that does the old Kenny coloring books, he did this mirror for me. That's old Kenny. Check out the detail of that. It's just absolutely incredible. Oh, and by the way, I got some more farming veggies for you. I went out the other day and took some drone video of them digging beets. I know how you love those farming videos, but that's where I'm from, so you're gonna have to watch another one. Okay, gonna show you what I've been up to this morning. This is my last and final project for the day that I gotta get done. So you see those 2 small hoses right there, and then behind them you can sort of see my shift boot. So I've got to crank those hoses up this way a little bit so I can get that boot over the hole that goes in the cab for the shift linkage. And the way you got to do that is you got to undo the valve block that it's bolted to and bring it out here and move those hoses. There's no way you can get in there and loosen those clamps. So if you ever have to change those hoses, take those 4 bolts out right there and pull the whole valve off. That's a plasma torch gouging. Jake's been back here fixing some cracks in the ejector on number 1. We got the cylinder back in, but before you work on hydraulic stuff up there, valves and that, you got to lower the level of the oil in the hydraulic tank, and the only way you can do that is extend that giant rod out, and that sucker will suck about 15 gallons of oil out of the tank. While he's been doing that, I've been working on this line that goes in the filthy hoe. That's all back in. I know why I've been putting this off so long. Hate you. Get out of my way.
Fun.
Nope. I'll let you know when I am, though, okay?
You release the pressure?
Yeah. We're going to get some drainage, I can see that.
You have to make a mess. Why don't we make a mess all over? Why don't you, huh? Why don't you just make a big mess?
God, nuts squirting out everywhere. Coming out of the cylinders, full of air. Gonna go move the bowl lever back and forth. Cause this is bad. Probably squirt the f out of me, won't it?
Might.
That'll be good, huh? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's doing it at the valve. It's not doing anything here.
Figure it out.
Figured out?
Yeah.
I'm down here swearing. And you're filming me, huh? Well, yeah, I see how it is. Whee! Ah, just when I thought I had it bent, so that it would. Okay, we're out here stripping. It's hard in the back of your head, up and down. You get down to the gravel, it breaks loose. Pretty rough stuff. Anyway, they started crushing down here, so they needed this stripped ASAP. But I'll show you the gravel. There's a streak of it right down on top of it. So we're not going to take any more here, but man, it's hard. So I'm leaking. I just got done tightening those bolts. Some of them were pretty dang loose because I used that no good electric impact I got, which is useless. That sucker wouldn't twist off a 1/4 inch bolt. But you could, I scraped this off, but you could see the oil's coming out between this plate and the head right in here and running all over. And so it's not coming out of the wiper seal, it's coming out between that plate. So I don't know. Maybe the machinist didn't face both of those and get them good and flat. But my question is to you, I got a couple of guys that were pretty experienced in hydraulics that commented on my previous video when I explained what I was going to do to this head. You saw at the first of the video the spacing of the seals. I have a hard time thinking that it's the seals leaking so much as it is I haven't got a tight fit around that. The bell ram that I did, we didn't leave that part on. We had them, that was all part of the machine stuff that got pressed in there, so there's no bolt on with it. So I don't know what to make of that. I tightened them up. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If it keeps on leaking, I could take this off and try to use some anaerobic sealant, or I don't know, maybe try to get an O-ring in there or something. I don't know. I don't want to take that head clear off again. So tell me what you think.